Yes, my name is Gideon Obuya. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
Thank you. My name is Gideon Obuya, but you can call me Kisaka, you can call me Halfcast. That's the name that I use in the community. But a lot of people call me Handsome Boy. Sorry for those who hurt. But all in all, that is good. I'm from Youth Advisory Council. Youth Advisory Council is a council that has different presidents from each and every sub-county, from different sub-county. Like I'm from Dagoretti, I present Dagoretti, I'm president for Dagoretti. There's a president from Ruaraka, Kamkunji, Embakasi, Bakasi West. All in all, huwa tunakutana sisi wote. We discuss challenges affecting the young people. How can we help? How can we advise the NMS, Nairobi Metropolitan Services, what next? Yeah, also I'm a youth advocate, YACT, Nairobi. Yeah. So my experience being in YAC, our work is to raise voice, to raise voice for the young people in NMS in terms of health issues, SRHR. So for now, like example, like a lot of teenage pregnancy, in Nairobi also, there are a lot of teenage pregnancy so high. So as an advisory council, you'll advise the council on how things sometimes there's challenges for paths, there's challenges. Young people are not seeking services in the facility. But young people wengi are seeking services for facility simply because sometimes they will believe sometimes kwa facility fulani kuna hii na hii health workers mmoja yuko poa. Sometimes that is our work, to make young people now to seek services kwa facility. So our work ni kuongelesha the facility, capacity building them, how to work with young people, and also advising the young people to come and seek services because in services zao. Like in Nairobi, we pushed so much to have youth-friendly centers. Like where I come from, Dagoretti, we worked closely with AMREF, the project before Ishe. We pushed so much as advisory, as a council, to put youth at inaitwanga YFS, youth-friendly centers where young people can come, have their safe space, seek services, and also talk about mental health issues also. So these are space where youth-friendly center where young people will meet and have it was simple. They'll get young person counseling them, so ina make more at least wako free, wako loving. Si ka kitambo unaingia kwa facility unapata mtu sengine nilikaa mami yako. So ukiwa na challenge yote as a young person, like umechomeka, wanasema kuchomeka, uko na ugonjwa kisonono ama kitu fulani, unaogopa kwenda kuongelesha because anakari kama mama yako. So sometimes these are, you put in a youth friendly center where they can feel free to talk with someone. Utapata ni ya hapo counselor inakuwa more good to her. Talking about, ndakuzia tena kidogo about hello. So experience nimehave kwa community. Nimework I created more young people, kuwa na more peers for community. So nitasaidia sana for young people seeking the services. So my experience is nikatafuta a lot of peers champions for community so that they can seek services, they can help young people to come to a facility. So you get in a lot of young people, they relate good with peers, wanna relate poorly with peers. So my work is kutafuta more peers. So with a lot of peers for community, nikamobilize a lot of peers. So at least to have more peers inasaidia hata message yako inakuwa more simpler to reach to them. So nearly over around 400 and above peers who in Dagoretti. So inasaidia sana to get more peers wanakuja ku seek services for facility. So after that nilikuja nikatengeneza organization called Tumelok. Tumelok is an initiative that helping young people not to get in early pregnancy and also not getting them unapata wanaingia kwa drugs. Like in our area, Dagoretti, heroin injection is so high. We're getting young people involved in heroin injection, and heroin injection is so dangerous. It's the second addictive in the world. So you're getting heroin injection, ikiwa high, and then you're getting young person anatumia. So getting out of this thing na unatumia methadone ina take 2 years ndio utoke. So it's a big challenges. And then we have 2 places where they can get methadone in Mathare and Ngara, only 2 places. So you get in them, sengine mtu anatoka Kamkunji, Kawangwara, anaenda kutembea huko kote. So ikakuwa a good initiative. Let we do this. We talk with young people. We go to the community. We do dialogues. We go to schools. We do dialogues. We talk with parents. So the good things that experience I had and ikawak, nilitengeneza a dialogue between youth only. One day, a 3-day dialogue. One day nilieka youth only. A second day nikeka parents only. Young people walikuwa wanasema challenges zao wana face, wanasema wazazi ndio wanafanya teenage pregnancy inaenda kuwa high, sangine up to 6 services ni hivi na hivi. So the second day nikeka about parents, only parents without no teenager. So ndio wakasema challenge hivi na hivi na hivi. Young people will listen, there's no good rapport. At that meeting nikeka stakeholders who are chiefs, parents and youth kwa combine wote, also we can have a solution than kurushiana. So tukakuja kurealize parents and young people, they don't have a good rapport kwa nyumba. They don't talk about sex education. How many parents talk about sex education kwa nyumba? That's why you get a lot of young people engaged in anapata sengine teenage pregnancy. Si zote utasema ati wanalala ati kuna yeye wanarepiwa, kuna wengine msu wanalala peers to peer, wengine wanalala na wazazi. Others utapata they sell themselves because of pads. That as you saw in the TV, young people selling because of pads, ndio wapate wanajiuza ndio wapate pads. So you see that challenge. So our work that hiyo dialogue ili work poa, at least tulikam na solution, tukakam na solution. Wazazi wakasema makosa ni yetu because there is a parents who alikuwa anateta no, they must abstain till marriage. Mtoto wake aliamka kama uliza mama, I'm not virgin and ako form 2. So you need to talk about, akamwambia we need to talk more about sex education kwa nyumba. Challenge na face ndio sometimes challenge na face. So sometimes tusikue wazazi as parents we ignore, atuongei, atengezi youth atuongei, we ignore kuingia kwa nyumba, we don't talk. Pengine mtoto anataka kurepiwa na repiwa. Mtoto sengine anarepiwa anaguzaguzwa na mzee huko nje because you don't have a good rapport in the house. So you cannot tell, uwezi ambia mzazi because hamna good rapport. So sometimes hii challenge yetu ni about parents and youth. They have a good rapport, they talk about sex education because tumeachia shule, wazazi waongei. So that's why we have more dialogues. Even now we're having more dialogues in the community. Like every week we must have a dialogue. We tunatackle issue, these the challenges, what tunaweza fanya, because young people have a lot of problems than a solution. Watakwambia tuko na shida hii, but solution ni gani? That's why you say sometimes it's better we come with problem and we come with a solution. That's why sasa tukakam na initiative inaitwa Tumelock initiative that helping new HIV infection, teenage pregnancy and drug, and also talking about mental health, because now mental health imekuja so high. We are ignoring, we don't talk more about mental health. Young people now, you see young people wanajua this is because of mental health. Ebu enda kwa community ulize how many young people know what is mental health, because wengi watakwambia ni kuchizi, kwa mfano mimi I'm talking about Nairobi, kuchizi, kutupa step, kutuseti, kusukuma namba. Those all about young people are saying, but deeply we are not. After kwa community we talk about mental health. Young people, they need to be taught about what is mental health. Parents sometimes wajua what is mental health. That's why you saw in the TV young person 6 year class 6 girl killing a boyfriend from form 2. Sometimes you may think that is ilikuwa kitu kawaida, but also there is mental health. Depression, stress, wanaondoaje stress. So young people, they need to also to be taught about mental health for community. Also we are talking about LGBTI plus Q. These are lesbian, gays, intersexual, all LGBTI. They are there in the community. Sometimes we ignore they are not there. They are there in the community. So sometimes seeking services for facility, sometimes they don't see wanaenda facility. Sometimes facility they don't, wanaona sengine see what. To us, we advise watch and the facility they seek services as normal person about is a gender, hiyo agenda yake hiyo neka aside, but because they need to seek services kwa facility, because now utapata car gay is the kupata more hiyo ndio inakuwa very fast kupata HIV. So sometimes tunaambia ni poa waende ku seek services kwa facility. Also ndaguzia kidogo experience that I had also in Dagoretti. We don't have disabled people, young disabled people wengi kwa facility au kwa sangine wanarepresentiwa vizuri, like the mabubu wangapi ukienda kwa facility unapata young people utapata mtu ajui sign language, unapata young people anaenda kwa facility ku seek services, akona shida ya kuongea na hakuna mtu kwa pale kwa facility anza muelezea hivi na hivi, because no someone anaelewa, hakuna kwa facility hakuna mtu ana translate. So unapata ni challenge kubwa sana. Disabled people unaenda kwa dialogue, wanakuambia wajui kutumia sengine condom, wajaiona female condom, wajaiona male condom, wajui vile na work. So unapata is a challenge also. That's why we push government so much, to push like Nairobi Metropolitan to have kwa kila facility we have one disabled person mwenye ana translate, one disabled person ana translate at least. Sasa na wakidogo kuna zile facilities ziko na mtu wana translate. Hata kwa yak tulipush sana, we have someone who is pay ana translate. So disabled people also, they need to be represented because they have challenges also, they need to be represented, and also they need to raise their voice as disabled people. Wengi wameko kando. So that's why we are pushing so much to involve the disabled people. So azini mkiangalia mnaingia kwa my Google, you can search Gideon Obuya, the initiative that nimefanya. Also tumelock, ilienda viral dunia mzima, tumelock. Inamaanisha we are locking everyone person anaingia. We are taking responsibility, we are owning our community, we are owning my neighbor. Kulock, tusipate teenage pregnancy, tusipate drugs, young people wanaingia kwa drug, tusipate new HIV infection for young people. Also mental health tunaambianga, ukiona mtu sengine leo yuko poa, tunaongea kwa community, leo yuko poa, ni poa, unamuuliza mbona leo uko hivi, mbona leo usikii poa. Kwa community wote tuna ignore, unaona mtu yuko poa, huyu achana na yeye, mnasema huyu achana na yeye, huyu ni kutiseti tu, but ni poa as a person. Usimpata kama amejinyoka kesho useme nilimuona hivi. So sometimes ni poa as young person to be friends to our neighbors. Ukiona leo yuko poa, muulize ni nini, sengine ndio solution ingefanya angejinyonga. So as a young person to be more friendly. It's time for young people to move up. It's time for young people to take action. Tunasemanga nothing for us without us young people. Like policy, when they're making policy for young people, we need to be involved, to involve young people. Like 80% young people wangefaa kuwe. So as young people, nasemanga nothing for us without us. Anything in happen for us without involving us is not for us. So as young people, we must involve in policy making. Kama ni young people, we put young people. Kama ni adolescents, policy adolescents, we must put young adolescents for your policy 80%. Kama ni child policy, udogeka hawa watoto waku hapo, so isikuwe ilikuwa tu ni picha. So as youth advocate and as Gideon Obuya and as trying to youth advocate SRH, so nasema ni time young people tuamke to seek services. Tunataka young people ingie kwa facility wa seek services, because young people wanatumia P2 sana kwa community, but tunajua young people wengi watakangi kwenda kuuliza maswali kwa hospital. That's why wanaenda kwa clinic kuchukua P2, and then P2 is so dangerous. P2 ingefaa itumike mara 2 kwa mwaka. So unapata young people they are using more P2 like every week anatumia P2, mpaka unaweza pata mtu wa clinic ananua gari juu ya P2. So sometimes ndipo tuna advise young people aende kwa facility mambo na family planning, because ingefaa tuongelee hizi vitu sana, because young people wanatumia P2 sana. And then nowadays wanaogopa mimba than ukimwi. So we must advise them also, if always abstain, they use condom. If they cannot abstain, they use condom, because now hata dialogue mingi tunavingi wanasema abstinence, dawa ya abstinence sijafika Kenya. So hiyo ndio challenge young people wanasema. So sometimes ni important we talk to young people, we involve young people, meaningful youth engagement, to have more dialogue with them. We talk any challenges wana face, tuwalete karibu, tuongeleshe, tuambie this is what, because usipongiza young people wewe wezi dazo. Unapata young kwa facility, utapata mtu kwa pale kwa clinic ni mzee, so unapata young people could relate na huyo, inakuwa hard. That's why sasa tunataka young people take action, waingie. Half young people tuache kuwa more busy when we are not busy. Young people sometimes unazambia a young person, we go to sengine kuna seminar fulani, we get information, yeye atakwambia kama ichuni achana nayo, Ama sometimes unapata atakwambia mimi niko busy, na utapata amelala kwa nyumba. So young people also tujaribu kufightia for opportunity, tujaribu kujitokeza, tujitokeze, tuende kutafuta opportunity, and then we talk to these young people, because kama mtu anajuza because of pads, na pads ni 50 bob, hakuna pesa. Sometimes hata wazazi wana pesa, so utapata kama pad ameshindwa kubuy pad ya 50 bob, hata shuleni ndani atapata. So that is a big challenge also. We need to we are advising the county, that is NMS, also about pads, because kama condoms zinapatiwana free, mbona pads zisipatiwane free? Because young people utapata wanajiingiza because of these zingine, because of pads. So ingefaa tukipatiana pads, tukipatiana condom also tupatiane pads kwa community. We are trying to push it, jaribu kuenda kama ita go through. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is, you've really given, imekuwa speech powerful. I'm sorry for those who don't understand Kiswahili, but it has been a really wonderful presentation. And I think one thing that you said that we should all remember, there's nothing that is for us that is without us. I don't know if I've said it.
It means nothing for us without us. If something you're making something for us, like a policy is for us, let involve us. Lazima tukue like 80% is as youth, 20% ni hao kidogo technical and everything, but 80% wacha iko youth. Tusikue like we are putting 1% ni mtu mmoja youth, and then hao wengine ni wazee, alafu natengeneza policy ya youth. No, kama ni youth lazima ikuwe ni youth. That's what unasema, nothing for us without us. And if it's for us without engaging us, that is not for us.
Yeah. That is so powerful, and I think you've given us a really good perspective, because you're exactly on the ground when una work na watu and you're engaging with people. Maybe one thing that you can address is that you've mentioned you guys do work with LGBTQ. Okay, not work with, but you also acknowledge that the LGBTQ are present in our society. Sasa, in your initiatives, do you have a LGBTQ person within your team mwenye sasa to reach out with the people who are already on the ground and are gays and homosexuals na vitu kama hizo? Oh, how exactly do you navigate your area?
Like in Youth Advisory Council, YAC, where we are, where to advise NMS, the government, when you took with that council, we have one person who is representing. You have one person who is a disabled. You have, I need to make every person. We have a person who is representing LGBTI plus Q. Like in my community, LGBTI plus Q, there are many. So also in a peer, also we have that one peer to limulator on board, who appear in Dagoretti, where I present like a president to represent them. Any challenge they are facing and raise. As we are going to, we are going to force to raise in the government to this is what we need for the young people. For facility, also sometimes tunaongelesha CHVs, health workers, CHARs, tunawaambia LGBT wako, and sometimes wanakuja kuseek services. Maswali za mbona linge LGBTIQ, hapana, hiyo ni yake. So you what unakuja kufanya, wewe nipatie services, only services yenye ana need. Kama ni mambo na contraceptive mpatie, kama anataka kupimwa mfanyie, because in the human being also. So ni vile watu wengi wakubali hiki kitu iko, that's why unapata ishi this thing iko. We have to kubali iko, and we move on and try to see vile tutasaidiana. Yeah.
Okay. And then maybe just a question. There are those people who found the startup initiatives, and then there are those who support and come into already existing initiatives to work with them. How can anyone within this platform, or anyone who will watch this recording, join the initiatives that you're already running on the ground, especially those in Dagoretti North? How can we get involved to support you?
Not Dagoretti North. I'm a president for all Dagoretti, like sub-county, north and south. Yeah. Dagoretti, all Dagoretti, not. So the initiative always, like every week, like this week we have activity for young people, girls, in Kabiria Primary. We have a tournament where we engage in young people to tournament. to play football, but not only to play. It's called Sport for Health, supported by AMREF. So to us, we engage the peers in the community to bring all girls who feeling to do sports, who are idle at home, wakuja at least when they're doing sports to engage them wapate services, wasik services. Not the aim is not we are putting sports, but the aim of that is involving the young people, at least girls wapate services, also services they need during the tournament. Also, you have a lot of activities. You're doing dialogue, like every week you have a dialogue with young people. So any person when you're free and as join, you're welcome to join. We work together as a team also, because no man is an island. No man can work alone. So we need effort to push everything that you want. Sometimes unaambiwanga you can't, huwezi sukumana kitu moja peke yako, lazima uwe na numbers. So that's why tunasema kama uko within Dagoretti, not even Dagoretti, because YAK members, YAK tuko Nairobi mzima. Kuna activity utapata iko Mukuru Wajenga, because Mukuru, that is Embakasi. There's activity Langata, Ruaraka, Langata, yeah. So sometimes tunasema isipoa ukiwa within that region, uko more sangine una activity ya kufanya ama una feel to join, you're welcome, because we do a lot of activity, dialogue, talent. Tunajaribu involve young people. Kama ni talent, tunajaribu where young, kupata young people. There are two places you get young people: in sports and entertainment. So you use that channel also to get more young people, to give information. Yeah, that's why sasa tunasema kama uko pale Dagoretti ama kitu yote, you can get us ukipija tu Dagoretti kwa facility, ulize president wa YAK ama president kwa facility within Riruta, Waithaka, utanipata. Na activity mingi ufanyia kwa facility, so that we want young people to seek services, wasipate information, long information from outside. Tunataka wapate correct information kwa facility.
Okay. Alafu religious institutions, najua most of the work that you're doing, some of them hamwendani na the religious institutions, so maybe kama the homosexuality na vitu kama hizo, how do you work with them? Maybe it's an assumption that I'm making, but do you actually work with the religious institutions, and do you engage them? Do they support you? Maybe you could highlight to us how they come in to support you.
Religious, where they support us. Sometimes we always come and talk with young people for churches, apart from churches, sometimes activity for community. It's so hard. Sometimes I don't want to put more religious kufukumana, but inakuwaga so hard. That's why you see uliona hiyo polisi yenye kwa Senate imeleta shida sana, ijapita because religious imekataa. Ni sawa, to us what we do, tuna engaging in activity talking about SRHR, in pregnancy. Yeah, but LGBTI is a challenge also. It's not something easy that you think inakuwaga easy. Sometimes we always tell them wako na wako wengi. Sometimes we ignore these things, they are not there. They are there. Najua ni mbaya, ni sawa as religious, but hii kitu iko, ukipata unamuuliza mbona ukipata ni mtoto wako kwa hivyo utafanyaje? So sometimes vitu ziko, they are there, and they are there many sana, wako wengi. Mombasa, Kisumu, Nairobi, they wako wengi. So sometimes me always tell people, we ignore hizi vitu as yuko ziko. That's why zinatukula sisi wenyewe, we thought tunakataa. But tukikubali ziko, we move on, tunakubali ziko. So as a parents, wewe kama pastor, nipo ongelesha mtoto wako. There's kuja sometimes kuingia ama kufanya kitu kingine, but wewe ukiignore ziko, tunasema tuzitoe tusiongee. Tunasema it's okay. To you, ikikupata one day utatafuta, but for now these things are there. And we need to accept ziko. Sometimes religions wanatupigaga, lakini tunasema ni sawa, because as una represent everyone for community. So as a leader, you must know how to tackle these things. You must, ukiwapata wako unaongelesha, unawatuma kwa facility. So facility nao tunaongelesha, tunawaeleza ni hivi. Religious wanatuambianga, this is what we need you to talk about this, not about this. Yeah. Tunaelewa ni baya kwa Biblia baka iko, but all in all vitu ziko. As a president, as a young person, as a leader, huwezi ignore kitu iko. So sometimes we always talk about that, tunaongelesha, tunapush kwa facility, That is the aim. We need every young person kwenda kwa facility to seek services. That is the aim. Yeah.